So it's what do you guys think? Do you agree with that? For example, I mean, there's over 600 laws in the Old Testament where God says do this or else this will happen. But they only picked the one law that directly benefits them. So, I mean, is it right? Is it wrong? Wasn't Jesus supposed to be the sacrifice? I'm just asking questions here. Was Jesus supposed to be the sacrifice? And I do believe in giving an offering. Now I'm asking, you guys tell me, because if I'm wrong, I want you to let me know. And I'd give a lot more than 10% of what I make yearly, a lot more. And I volunteer and do way more than 10%. But, just posing a question, if you don't give this 10%, it's the 90 curse. In the Old Testament, now offering, I agree with, but tithing, I don't know. I think Jesus was supposed to be a sacrifice. So, I'm just giving my disagreements, and I'm posing a question. And like I said, doing the plays, and I learned a lot. I grew up in the church from a young man, and I do like the plays because, I got some friends and family members that are like hardcore gangster drug dealers, but they're like, yo, gotta go move this key, gotta get on these hoes. Then I'm going to FCC with you, and I'm gonna watch this play. Cause this play is good. This play, like you in Chicago, you'll say, hey, where do you go to church? I go to FCC. I never heard of that. Wait, hold on. Is that the church that does the plays every year? Because, they have, like, live camels, like, horses going through the church or whatever. And they're telling the story of Jesus. And, it's really interesting. And every year it gets bigger and bigger. And they bring a lot of people who normally wouldn't go to church. So I would say, it's kind of for beginners and, But once you start to grow in the church, or myself, I'm going to be impartial for me. It's just some stuff I didn't agree. But like I said, with anybody, there's some things I don't agree with. So I really don't want to get deep into that or what happened. And maybe I'll make another video. But the video now is, and the question that I'm posing is, do you think that because of his prosperity teachings, do you think God is punishing him? And this is why the church is going into foreclosure. And should I help this church out? Or is just stay away from it, or what? Should I help? Should I give? Should I, do a fundraiser for the church? Because there are websites for that. Octomom just did a fundraiser to help her. so she doesn't have to strip. And, stuff like that. You can go to websites and donate around the world. So, I'm just posing a question. I'm trying to be impartial, telling you guys my situation because of full disclosure and how I feel. But at the same time, is this just a trial or tribulation? Because he did say out in the pulpit, this is an attack of the devil. And I will say this. The media did try to make it seem like, okay, Pastor Steve has horses, like they were his horses. So if you don't go to the church, or if you never heard of Family Christian Center, and each horse is worth, like, I don't know if you know about livestock, each horse could be worth anywhere from 10 grand to 100,000. So they're saying, yo, if you sell those horses, you have enough money to pay off the $750,000 that you owe in the back mortgage. But then he said, well, that's why people come to the church for the plays. I can't really rent a horse the day of the play. These horses have to be trained. And now if you went to the church, because the horses literally like maneuver around the audience. So if you saw the play, you understand why he would say that. But they were making it seem, the media was making it seem like he had churches he had horses just in his back stable. And then the other thing, they did say he did take an 80% pay cut. And a lot of people, they'll look at his car. Like, when I was going there, I know he had a G-Wagon. And people are like, well, what? But somebody actually bought that for him. I know that because I kind of know him kind of personally on a, more level. Then the other thing is he makes a lot of money during the week. He goes to places and talk He's written books that have been on the New York Times bestsellers list. So he has personally put his money into the church. Now, if he writes a book, that book has nothing to do with the church. That's his money. Okay? So the salary, it's not like he's taking all his money out of the church, because there was an investigation because it came out he had a private jet. And I remember when I was still at the church at the time, and they were saying, well, that's a big thing. Why does a pastor need a private jet? And a lot of times he was saying, well, I might have to be somewhere in a moment's notice, and I don't want to be flying commercial, stand by and waiting, where I get a call, hey, be here in an hour. You know, you can't always just go to O'Hare or Midway. And he bought that with his own money he got from those books. So, you know, you can't kind of get mad at him with that. And he put a lot of his money into the church, too. And they said they took out a second mortgage on their house. And this is in the article, too. This is all, I'm not putting their business out, because he said this over the pulpit. And everything I'm saying is in this article. I'm not going into private details that I know. So I do know some more stuff, but I'm not going to go deep privately. And, you know, that's between him. But I'm just posing a question here. So he has personally put a lot of his money into the church. He's taken out mortgages on his house, $2 million, personally. So he has done a lot. He's put a lot. He's got a lot to lose. But is this, and most of his teachings are prosperity teachings. Now, is this God's way of saying you're doing wrong, or is this a test? What should I do? Should I try to help out? Because, you know, I might be able to, you know, substantially help him out a little bit. What do you guys think? Leave a comment, subscribe, talk, do a video response, whatever it is. I don't want a lot of Christian debating going on down there, a lot of atheists / Christians / Muslim. But just what do you think about this situation? Not going into all the other things, not, you know, I might make a different video doing that and why I laugh and, you know, going in deeper. But for now, this current situation, they're $750,000 behind. They owe money. Oh, yeah, and they actually did an investigation for 3 years to see was he taking money from the church. And they gave over 7,000 documents showing, and they just wrapped that up 3 weeks ago. So they're showing that he didn't do any, like the IRS, he didn't do any, like, fraudulent type things. So he's not in trouble for that. That investigation just wrapped up. So he's not stealing money from the church. Like I said, all of his monies are coming from him doing talks and writing books. So it's his money. So you guys let me know what you think. Comment below. Holler at your boy.